Hi. You may recognize my wonderful guest, Amelia Saltsman, from her beautiful new cookbook, the Santa Monica Farmers Market Cookbook, which I adore. I'm just so thrilled that I met you and I got to see all these wonderful recipes.
Oh, well, thank you so much. I love hearing that, I have to say.
Well, I mean, I took it to bed and read through it, and it just made me want to just get out and cook immediately. And I have found myself wandering through the aisles of a farmer's market, wondering what in the world to do with those nettles and things like that.
Well, you know, that's exactly why I wrote the book, because there's so much variety, so much abundance at the market, and we don't know what to do with it.
Yes.
We get overwhelmed.
Well, it's wonderful. And we're doing a special episode today, a green episode for Smart. And so we thought we would make a recipe out of your cookbook.
Thank
we
you.
went shopping this morning with our canvas bags in a smart car to the local farmers market to get locally grown food, which helps our world. So let's get started. We're going to make a winter squash pumpkin soup.
Well, I'm going to show you how to make a terrific and easy winter soup.
Okay.
We're going to use winter squash.
And we have some right over here.
I do, and you know, this soup is so great. Yes, look, we're just going to use one.
Okay.
But really what we're doing here is showing the incredible variety of squashes. And you know,
because I wouldn't know what to do with this.
Well, this is a kind of a blue hybrid. Isn't that amazing? I mean, nature is
beautiful.
so gorgeous. But the thing is, a pumpkin is a squash. So you can use just about any kind of winter squash. These are all winter squashes.
Okay.
And they're great all season long. And so we're going to be, you know, squash is very hard. And people say, oh, so much work. What are we going to do? Right? But we're going to use, we've got a squash in the oven.
Okay.
And I'm going to show you the most amazing technique to use squash. It's so simple.
All right, let me get the squash out of the oven for you.
Okay.
It's already been poked with a knife and baked for how long?
Well, until it gets soft. So what we did was we put it up to 375 degrees. Put it right up here.
Okay.
I think that's not too hot.
375 degrees for how long?
Well, a 5-pound squash like this will take about an hour. That's all. And so all we did was just poke it like a meat fork is great,
Okay.
or you know, something strong.
Get your anger out.
Right. and then when it's ready, all we have to do. You ready for this? This is the bed. This is my favorite part. Just
wow.
Right. You know how
That's
when
quite a difference between.
Right, because you know when you're carving a Halloween pumpkin or something, you think, oh, I would never cook with this. It's so difficult. But whoops, we didn't get all the way
Let me make sure
through.
that our onions aren't burning back here. We've got some.
Okay, so now what we've got is
onions
this.
and
Look
celery.
at that. Is that gorgeous?
Yes.
So simple. And all we have to do is scoop out.
All right, well, since we're green episode today, we have this wonderful, very small composting with a biodegradable bag in it.
Oh,
you can
that
put it
is
right under your sink.
terrific.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it doesn't take up a lot of room.
So now we're going to put the seeds and the strings in here, and you can see how easy this is.
Yeah,
Just,
very easy.
It takes a moment. That is it.
It'd be more uneasy not to do this.
Well, I know, because people think they have to do it when it's raw, but that's not what that's not what it's about. And you know, actually, if you wanted, you could roast the seeds. You could save the seeds and roast them. That's delicious.
That's green,
Then
too.
all you need to do is just simply scoop out the meat of the pumpkin or squash. This is a kind of a kabocha squash that we're using today that we got
And
at
I
the
noticed
market.
you said that the different squashes add different flavors to your, like a butternut is sweet. And
Right. Every squash has its own little characteristics, and what you just really want to be sure to look for is a squash that the farmer tells you is meaty and rich in flavor. You don't want like a watery, sort of stringy.
Don't ask for a crappy squash.
There you go. Anyway, so we're ready to take this over to the stove where we've got our.
Okay.
We've got some onions and celery. We
How
used
much onion?
You know, chop an onion, chop a couple of stalks of celery. Now, and don't forget the leaves. You know, the leaves are great.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they add
Oh,
terrific flavor.
great. I think most people usually get rid of those. So this has been sauteing in a little bit of olive oil, right?
Right.
does look like, I think I could even do this. So you like to use a fleur de sel in your soup, I saw, right?
Well, when I'm cooking, I just use
just a regular kosher salt. Do we get any pepper now?
Sure.
Okay. So you sometimes use white pepper, or can we use black pepper as well?
Yes, in this soup, it's lovely to use white pepper.
So you don't see it.
Because we want the color to look nice.
Okay.
At any rate, we're just going to let that soup simmer for about 15-20 minutes just to blend the flavors. So we've got our onion, we've got our celery, we've got our sage, a little salt and pepper, a little bit of olive oil, and about 4 cups of pumpkin. And you know, one of the important things to building flavor in soup is to gradually layer the flavors. So we didn't add all the stock at once.
Oh.
Okay.
I was wondering about that.
Yes. So just let it cook about 10 minutes or so. You can always add more.
So why don't we start frying a few sage leaves, and then we'll show the finished soup. And then we take them out, and they'll sort of harden up, and we'll put them on the soup. Ah, it's getting very hot. To get this soup, from the pumpkin meat to the beautiful pureed soup, which we have right here, we use a stick blender. Very easy, very,
It's one of my
easy.
favorite tools in the kitchen.
This smells
Isn't
delicious.
that nice? 5 ingredients.
Should we add a little more stock?
Sure.
Okay. And then, of course, we'll taste it to correct the seasonings once we're completely, finished blending it.
Now, you know, Audrey, you can actually take the same ideas that we used with the soup, onion, celery, an herb, a little salt and pepper, and use just about any vegetable to make an incredibly wonderful and simple soup.
Such as what?
Well, we could do it with carrots.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Okay, we don't have to roast the carrots before, but we just saute up all the vegetables and just add stock gradually. Cook it for about 15-20 minutes until it's tender, and then puree, you've got a soup.
Perfect.
Yep.
Well, this smells absolutely gorgeous. And let's see, we're going to add a few sage leaves.
We're going to add a little more olive oil just on top. And
that looks so pretty, too.
Doesn't that look beautiful?
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to add some grated cheese.
And what kind of cheese are we using?
I think we're using Parmigiano Reggiano. Isn't that what you had in the fridge?
Yes.
Right.
I was just testing her.
And then we're going to add...
Rich and salty. I'm very rich and salty also.
So now you went from sweet and vegetable, rich and salty.
I'm very complex. I don't know if any...
Well, that's exactly what that's what we're looking for. We want the soup to be complex, and we don't want to work hard to get it. So, and then...
I've been working very hard myself, but the soup is much easier.
Anyway, so what we want to do is we're going to sprinkle a little fleur de sel on the top.
Well, you can find all of Amelia's recipes in her beautiful cookbook and also on oaudrey.com. Here's a spoon for you.
Thank you.
And have a little salt.
Yes, and one of these gorgeous leaves.
And please be green. And please cook, and please go to the farmer's market, and please join us again. Thank you so much.
Oh, bon appetit.
Bon appetit. Oh, that is so complex and delicious.
And it was so simple to make.
Very, very simple.
Yes, that's my
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.